Ousmane Dembele is officially back. So in midweek, PSG faced up against Brest in the new playoff format of the Champions League, and Ousmane Dembele had a masterclass of a game. He scored a brace and overall had the Brest defense on strings.
Had the Brest defense on strings.
He's off.
And the thing is, he's been doing this all season, especially since the start of 2025. He scored in every single game this year so far except one. And this is his goal tally last season compared to this one. And we are only still in February. But how has Dembele gone from being in the hospital 24/7 at Barcelona to now one of the best players in the world at PSG? Well, today, we look into that.
We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
Like I already mentioned, Dembele has been on red hot form this season, and especially since 2025 started. He has 15 goals already in 2025, and it's been only a month. I'm gonna list off all of his games so far in 2025 just to show you how insane he has been. Against Monaco on January 5th, beginning of the year, he scored a goal. Next game against Saint Etienne, he scored a brace in a 2-1 win in Ligue 1. Next game against Man City in the Champions League, he came on at halftime and he scored, inspiring a crazy comeback by PSG. Against Reims, he again scored, only playing 60 minutes. The next two games against Stuttgart and Brest, back to back, he had a hat-trick in both games. The game after that against Le Mans, he failed to score, but just 3 days later, he scored a brace against Monaco and followed it up with another brace in the Champions League against Brest. And this revival of Ousmane Dembele is so satisfying because Dembele has been so unfortunate in his career so far. Whether it be injuries, inconsistency, and anything you can think of, Dembele has been one unlucky fella. And it was so sad because he had so much potential at such a young age. Dembele started his career at Stade de Rennes, and the talent was apparent from day one. The guy was rapid, skillful, and he was so good with both feet that he himself didn't know which was his strong foot.
Mais vous êtes droitier ou gaucher?
Gaucher.
Sûr, parce que vous marquez aussi le droit.
Ouais, je suis plus gaucher.
Et les pénaltys, vous les tirez pas du droit?
Si.
Pourquoi?
Parce que je tire mieux du droit.
And of course, being a young, talented player, one of the best clubs to develop is none other than Borussia Dortmund. Throughout the years, they have developed some amazing players, the likes of Sancho, Haaland, Bellingham, and many, many more. And when talking about talent from Dortmund, Dembele is one of the first names on that list. And when I say he was a demon at BVB, I mean it. He formed a deadly partnership with Aubameyang, and they would rip through Bundesliga teams into shreds. He was only there for 1 year, but boy was that year special. The man got 12 goals and 20 assists across all competitions in the 2016-17 season. It was a short spell, but that one season was more than enough because the big dogs came calling. Barcelona having just lost Neymar to PSG, there was a big hole in the team that needed fixing, and Barcelona believed that Dembele could fill that hole.
Pause.
Now for real though, Dortmund knew that Barcelona had money. They had just received 222 million for Neymar. Dortmund, knowing this, taxed the hell out of Barcelona, making them pay 135 million euros for Dembele. But surely Dembele, being such a young, talented player, we would see him flourish at Barcelona, right? Well, no, because Dembele's time at Barcelona, simply put, was disastrous. From day one, something felt off about Dembele at Barcelona. Just a couple games into his first season at Barcelona, he suffered a hamstring injury in a La Liga game against Getafe. And when they did the exams, it wasn't pretty because Dembele was going to be out for 4 whole months. And this was basically the story for most of his career at Barcelona. He would play a few games, then get injured, and this cycle kept repeating itself over and over and over again. But the climax of his nightmare spell at Barcelona came in 2019. It's the Champions League semi-final first leg at the Nou Camp. Barcelona are facing Liverpool. Barcelona take the lead through Luis Suarez in the 25th minute, and 50 minutes later, Messi doubles their lead. And Messi scores again just 5 minutes later in what is to this day one of the best Champions League goals in history. The game was basically over at this point. What's that? Messi's through on goal to make it a hat-trick? But Messi, being Messi, of course, unselfishly squares it to Dembele, but unfortunately Dembele would basically pass the ball to Alisson. But it was the 96th minute of a game they were already winning 3-0, so it didn't matter until it did. Because in the second leg, we witnessed probably one of the biggest fumbles in football history. Because at Anfield, Liverpool annihilated Barcelona 4-0. But even though Barcelona completely collapsed in the second leg, all the blame was put on Dembele for missing his shot in the first leg. And Barcelona fans said that that moment was the moment Barcelona really lost the tie. And after this, things just kept getting worse and worse and worse for Dembele, and he spent more time on the hospital bed than on the football pitch. But the arrival of Xavi in 2022 helped Ousmane Dembele massively. And it looked like he was finally finding his feet again, but in 2023 they decided to let him go to PSG, which at the time of this recording was last season. And while yes, he had a pretty good year last year, even if the numbers didn't show it, but this year he took it to another level. With PSG not having an out-and-out number 9, well actually they do, he's just shit. This means that Dembele was moved into a central role, and this move proved to be a fruitful one because this season he has been PSG's best player, their top goal scorer, and their most clutch player as well. And it finally seems at the age of 27, Dembele is finally fulfilling the potential he showed at his younger days with Rennes and later Dortmund. And with him being a player that suffered so much in his career, seeing him do this just brings a big smile to my face. But yeah, let me know what you think about Dembele, and do you think he should win the Ballon d'Or? Because honestly, for me, he has a good case. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe because best believe we are here to take over.